What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? No, everyone is having a legendary day. We are finally here. We've got training camp to speak of. Jason and I are going to go ahead and give you your Niner training camp preview. But before we get started today, we of course got to remind everybody, if I can click the right button, to help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link is in the description of the podcast or video. Go ahead and visit SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Follow us on social media. Jason does a bang-up job on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and Twitter at Niner Faithful R. To see everywhere you can subscribe, go to NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe, and make sure to tune in to the end of the show for your special 10% coupon code off of For the Faithful, By the Faithful Season 2 apparel. Ladies and gentlemen, faithful of all ages, let's get the show cracking.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor.
What's cracking, Jason? How you doing, bro?
What's up, man? With the long winter is over, and we got people showing up and reporting to camp finally.
Oh, man. You know, I ain't gonna lie. Apparently, Jerry says we should win it all. But anyway, I just went on Facebook right now. There's just a big Jerry Rice says the Niners are going to win it all. I was like, damn, okay.
Oh.
You know, this year, it wasn't too bad this year. You know, being with my girl has helped me out a lot. I'm usually not that, I'm usually not that bored during off season with like, oh my God, there's nothing to do. She gives me,
I get that.
She definitely gives me plenty to do.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I do the stuff with my wife and everything during the summer. So, you know, we got her little thing going on the side. So, I mean, we get busy. Plus, I don't know, up here there's a lot to do. So I'm always busy with that. But the only part that sucks is like when I'm sitting at home doing nothing and I'm like, oh, let's see what's on for sports. Baseball,
Nothing.
Basketball, nope. Okay, hockey, but hockey ends about, you know, a little bit after football. So
Yeah.
You know,
No, we got a while for hockey. My bad.
it seems
Go
like
ahead.
every year it gets longer, but then it feels shorter. I don't know if that makes any sense to you.
Yeah, and it's like a lot more of just like, and especially with me, like I tell everybody, y'all know me, anybody who listens to this show, I'm not a rumors person. You know, we're never going to be the type of show that sits on here and talks rumors all day, especially ones that I don't feel are viable, i.e. Aaron Rodgers wasn't coming to the Niners. You know, but it's here. Like, I mean, I'm excited. We got my girls. So my girl's birthday is July 28th. So it's always around, you know, training camp. So camp opens, you know, first practice is tomorrow. Her birthday's Friday. We're throwing her birthday party Saturday. And then boom. You know, so I only got Wednesday, Thursday at work. I took Friday off because of her birthday. So we got whatever we're going to do Friday. I don't think we're going to do much except get ready for the party. Saturday's going to get ready for the party and then actually have the party. And then Sunday, I'm at camp. And then, we'll go ahead and make the announcement now. We decided to have a slight change of plans. Your boy got invited to, I guess they're calling it season ticket rookie training camp or whatever. But the Niners went and invited me to the VIP booth on Monday, August 31st. So we will be doing our at training camp show July 31st on Monday instead of our normal Tuesday. So we won't do a show next week. It'll be next Monday. But I thought.
What time is that at, by the way?
They have not sent the details yet. I'm assuming they're going to, because, you know, like I said, this isn't a I didn't purchase a ticket to this, so I'm assuming that they're gonna, they're gonna email me a ticket or, I'll be at this, this booth by this time, and show your ticket badge or whatever. I don't know. So we'll figure it all out. But I'm definitely excited. For anybody who hasn't been to training camp, honestly, it's overrated. Truthfully, unless you sit way up the top, in the booth, you can't really see shit when they practice. And every now and then they'll allow you to go. The Niners will practice on the far field. They'll allow you to go on another field, and basically they have ropes that prevent people from going on the practice field, but they'll allow people to go there. But then you got to fight through a crowd of people trying to all rush to go see practice. And I'm not a big autographs person. Like, there's nobody on the team right now that I feel like standing in 90-degree weather for 4 hours to get their autograph. Nick Bosa doesn't go out and do autographs. Jimmy was famous. Jimmy would do autographs, but Nick Bosa doesn't go out there. They usually have a section for kids. So, Debo doesn't usually come out. George Kittle will come out every now and then. I haven't seen Trent Williams.
He wouldn't be out there like always. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like he's going to.
He does it a lot. He does it a lot.
Yeah.
I highly doubt the Niners will allow Brock to do it.
I wouldn't see any of the quarterbacks going out there just because of everything that's going on right now. Just keep them out of sight, out of mind for right now.
Yeah, and I'm really, really, really curious. And we, of course, are going to go over the press conference. Matter of fact, why don't we just start with that?
Let's roll.
Brock's cleared and ready to go. He will not throw 3 days in a row.
There's an asterisk there, though. We got to remember.
He was not going to throw 3 days in a row.
Yep, there it is.
So he will not throw tomorrow because he threw today. But, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't expect Brock to start camp on any list, but I definitely thought they were going to have him throwing on the side and slowly rep him up. I mean, from what Kyle said, he's going to be like team drills. Like, he's going to be practicing.
I didn't expect that, honestly.
I did not expect that at all.
I was expecting kind of like how you said, like he'd be able to throw, like, in the morning practice where they do warm-ups and everything. That's what I expected. But, I mean, he's full blow basically for at least every 2 out of 3 days. So that's amazing to me.
That's, modern medicine. Now, apparently hasn't lost any velocity. John Lynch said all the GPS trackers and all that, they seem to be indicating that he's.
It's not like he had a rocket arm to begin with. You know what I mean?
I see why Larry Cougar asked that, because of the fact is Brock couldn't afford to lose Velo.
No, he could. If he lost more than like 10%, then it'd probably be a serious problem for his velocity.
You would have a Nick Mullins situation. I'll never forget that pick against the Crime Girls he threw in 2020. When the read was right, the dude was open. And I want to say it was a deep out or something like that against the Cry Girls in Dallas in 2020. And everything about the play was right. And you could just simply see that Brock didn't have the arm strength to get it there. The corner read it and was able to pick it. I don't think it was a pick six, but I just remember being so frustrated because I'm like, that's just simply a lack of the talent, and there's nothing we could do to fix that.
What's up, Mr. McDavid McNiner over here? How you doing, brother? Thanks for showing up.
LFG Niners. Let's do it, baby. Thank you. By the way, go check your boy out on Brian's show. I was able to get on for a little bit on Brian's show. What was that, Saturday?
Yeah. David also has his own one. I don't remember exactly what it is because I missed it when you guys were promoting it the other day. So go ahead and throw that one up if you want to, McNiner.
Yeah, McNiner, go ahead and throw up your channel. Anybody that's in here that has a channel, throw it up. We definitely are not against cross promotion. So that was a lot of fun. I only went on there for a couple minutes, and they were giving us so much love and telling everybody to subscribe. And he sent out the invite link. I looked at my girl and I was like, babe, I don't know if he wants me to come on. Like, he sent the invite link in the comments, so I don't know. And she was like, get dressed and go on. So I was like, all right, fine, fuck it. I'm just going to go on for like 5 minutes. At least like tell everybody, hey, thank you, I appreciate it. Anyway, so the other big news coming out is the lack of one Mr. Nicholas Bosa at training camp. I'm not gonna lie, I almost kind of forgot he wasn't signing a contract because there's just been no news about it.
No, there hasn't. Like nothing at all.
I see you. We're just speaking about you, bruh. No, there was literally been no news. There's been no talk. There's been the 49ers and Nick Bosa are miles apart on the contract. So I almost forgot. Like it's been in the back of my mind, but because there's not been a constant
there's
reminder,
no drama with it, which is kind of nice to be honest.
Like,
we have so much other drama about quarterbacks and this and that and everything. It's just it's kind of nice that there's one thing that's not dramatized like crazy. So
I mean, for being such a polarizing figure in the NFL, Nick Bosa is as low maintenance as they come. Like I remember we were talking about like the conversation when he has this contract, like, cool. Like that's how he's gonna take it.
Hey,
like,
we got you this contract
cool.
for $170 million. Right.
You got generational wealth. Your grandkids won't have to work. Cool.
Where do I sign? There's gonna be like no emotion there. You're just gonna be like, thank you very much, and that's it. He's gonna go back to
his press conference. I mean, I'm glad to be a 49er, and it's time to go get some sackaroonies.
Yeah, that's gonna be exactly. He's probably
Nick
going to
Bosa, you just won MVP, Super Bowl MVP, set an all-time NFL sack records. Cool.
He's gonna find out. He's gonna find out about his contract from his agent. He's gonna be cool and go back to repping like four.
Yeah,
he's just gonna lay right back down on the bench.
He's just gonna have it on speaker, like, all right, bro.
All right,
time to catch a plane. Like it's just Nick Bosa is so fucking low maintenance. I have zero worries.
Not right now. I'm good.
Yeah, cool. LOL. Yeah, right. But no, I have zero worries. I mean, unless it gets to September 9th and Nick Bosa isn't signed, that's when I start to get worried.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be the case because he would just play on the 5th-year option at that point. Like he wouldn't just get a new contract.
Sure, that could get. That's going to get so expensive. We have to.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't think of that amount of money. It's like just sign him long term. I've said this. Just give the man a blank check. I don't give a damn how many zeros at the end of it. Just give him a blank check and let's go. We'll figure out.
This is what I'm curious because I did some crunching numbers. Now, what I believe the longest contract that has been given out in the Linehan era was 5 or 6. What's up, baby? Yeah, definitely. I believe it was 5 years. So 5 years at $33 million is $165 million. I mean, that's the most. I believe his brother's was 102 fully. Hold on, I want to say it was 102, and it was 72 fully guaranteed.
Are you talking about his based off of $35 million a year?
33 mil. 33 mil for 5 years is 165. You give him 165, and you make what 100 mil guaranteed.
Guaranteed. I mean, why would you not sign that contract unless you're just being unreasonable at that point? You know what I mean?
Which I mean, Nick Bosa is not going to. 35 to 40 mil. Brian says 40 mil.
I'm thinking it's got to be 35. I'm thinking 35 for 5 is what I'm thinking.
35 for 5. So that
I think you got to go baseline 35, but I think it's going to come down to what that guarantee is going to be for overall.
Cool. So that's 175. You give them 175 fully guaranteed.
Yeah. Man, that's a lot of fun.
That's more than that's more money than you and I will probably ever see in our lifetimes put together.
Yeah, obviously.
Hold on. Biggest NFL defense.
What's funny is that whatever Bosa gets, what's his name for the Cowboys? Just had
Michael Parsons.
Parsons is just going to get bigger because everybody's got the next step up. So I mean, it's just going to get bigger. I don't know when his contract doesn't he have one more year in his contract? Because I wonder if maybe he's
because he was drafted year after Bosa. Wasn't he?
So he can't. Yeah, so he's not going to wait. Because I'm thinking, maybe he's waiting, but it's not like it was with all the wide receivers last season where everybody was just waiting for the one guy to get it.
This was 2021, so the highest. So this comes before. Oh no, this isn't before Khalil Mack's deal. So the highest in 2021 was TJ Watt, who's 28.003 mil average guaranteed. He signed just hours before the NFL season kicked off. He signed a 4-year deal worth the excess of $112 million. His $28 million annual salary is the most in defensive NFL history. So yeah, how would you not? If you're Nick Bosa and 112 was what TJ Watt got.
Yeah,
your brother got 135. So what? So he got 135.
And he wants to outdo his brother more than kind of like with Bosa and what's his name from the Packers. They want to go just that $1 more to be better than his brother. Because that's just going to be some shit talk between him and his brother.
Aaron Donald. So yeah, you're going beyond all that. So you're going 172 or 135. So you're 40 above your brother. You blow the highest contract in NFL history for a different non-quarterback out the water.
Being 40 mil over your brother, man, talk about some shit talk, dude. I would not shut up.
We all know, let's be real. Nick's the better Bosa.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's not even a question. So my only thing that I think is him that is holding this up is outs.
Yeah.
It is an option, at what, because I guarantee you what they're going to do is they're going to make it they want to make it a 6-year deal, and they're going to make the 6-year dummy year. So, and I guarantee you that's what's holding it up. And whether you put the potential out after 4 years, after 3 years, those type of things. The money, I don't think the money is an issue because the precedent's been set. I mean, Nick, you got $35 million a year. What more do you like? I mean,
it's coming down to how unreasonable everybody is being with it.
And something tells me that. So basically, how long do you think this goes on, Jason? And then we'll go ahead and get into our previews and everything like that for the positions. But when do you think Nick Bosa puts pen to ink?
I'm going to say it's going to be right after the Raiders game.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm thinking. Right, or right, and maybe even though I don't think Jimmy's going to play in that game, maybe right before because he wants to hit Jimmy, which Jimmy's probably not going to play one way or the other. But something along those lines. But I think it's going to be after the Raiders game. Because
has Nick Bosa even played in a preseason in his career?
Yeah, no.
I know he didn't his rookie year. Yeah, remember that's when he got hurt in minicamp.
He probably never has.
I don't think he has. Probably so not. Really, the most valuable practice we're gonna get is that Raiders week because we're gonna do joint practices that week. I say it's gonna happen after the Raider game because I think that's when we're gonna settle in. We're gonna have the two home games back to back, 2 preseason home games. So we're not gonna leave. I don't think anybody's coming into here to joint practice. So it's gonna be very controlled. We're not gonna have, any reason to travel, anything like that. I think it honestly gets done after that Raider game. I don't know what's holding it up, but
I mean, I would love to see it tomorrow morning. Like they set up a little table right outside where everybody walks out, at practice, and they're sitting there, just contract on a table, and have everybody walk past it and they look at his contract. I think it'd be hilarious. And then finally Bosa comes out last. Go Niners! I mean, love to see shit like that.
I don't even believe he's in California.
Oh, I have no idea.
If he's in California, that tells me the contract's coming soon.
True.
Yeah, if he's still chilling in Florida, that contract ain't coming for a while.
No, but
Or
I
he
mean,
has it.
he could hop on a plane right now.
Oh
or
yeah. The
few
Niners
hours.
can fly him a personal. Jay can have a private jet.
Yeah.
Like so, I'm not saying it's like going to take Nick Bosa a long time to get here. It's just more like what would be the purpose of me coming to California if the contract's.
I'm not going to be practicing with you guys. I'm just going to be working out on my own. So
he's just going to work out on his own. And I mean, you can't hate on the results. He looks like a Greek god. So whatever you're doing, Nick Bosa, keep doing it. Like same with Trent Williams. Matter of fact, fuck having training camp in Santa Clara. We're going to Trent Williams' house. We're having training camp there.
No, they need to go. They need to go to Kittle's place. Have you seen this place where he works out at?
God, man, like
damn, that place is fucking nuts. Dude, I would love to work out at that. Like I know other people have nice gyms, but damn, I think Kittle's might be the best. Kittle's got a hell of a setup for his house.
Oh man, I'm telling you, bro. Just in the back of my mind, I see him finishing his career as a Titan.
I mean, it's not. It's not crazy.
I would say this. Barring like, I don't see him signing really anywhere else. Barring money, like like if for some teams offering him $25 million a year, like okay, George, go take that. But barring money wise, I mean, the only other place I could see him playing besides with the Niners would be in Tennessee, which would obviously be because he lives in Nashville.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like most of these guys, they're not from the team; they're place where they play at. So.
Yeah, and I would think even towards the end of the career, if he says, "Hey, look, I want to get a jump start on getting into my post, football life," and I believe because from everything I hear, Nashville's actually an up and coming place to live.
Oh yeah, it's a nice place.
Yeah, and I mean, Nashville's always been a nice place. Let's be real, it's country, country music center of the universe. But I heard like it's really starting to pick up.
And if he really wants to be a pro wrestler, Tennessee, especially that area, they have a huge WWF training ground down there. So
I'm telling you, it just fits. Please make me wrong, George. Please don't ever leave. Please don't ever leave. All right, Jason. So, what do 3 things we're looking forward to?
Well, I just went crazy and just did the whole damn thing.
Well, then let's do it. Let's do that.
I'll pull up mine then. Hold on. You want to go defense first or offense first?
Let's do D.
All right, go with yours then. Because I only did the offensive side because that's what I was doing.
Yeah. We're good. I didn't do.
I was bored. I was bored this weekend.
Yeah. So your boy had to go and do that. So okay. So we're gonna do things we're looking forward to. One of the things I really want to see in training camp this year is the DN depth. I think we're fine. We're fine on defensive tackle. It was clearly an issue last year. I think the main issue people like D tackle sucked last year was Eric Armstead missing 9 fucking games. You know what I'm saying? That's
really a lot of pressure that we missed out on.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of productivity that we were missing on.
Not to mention we were expecting that big leap from Kinlaw that never happened. So exactly. There's also that on top of it.
So, to me, a little secret supplies, and I know I've said this, and I'm probably going to be wrong, so I'm not going to pencil ink it in, but I think Kinlaw, look, is he a bust? Yes. Like everything created equal, it was a mistake or anything like that. So I don't think there's really – it's unrealistic to think that he will do anything to make him worth that first-round pick. But I don't think he's going to have a garbage season because he's in the perfect position. Javon, we're not asking Javon Kinlaw to be a starter. Really? A handful of snaps every game? 5 to 10 snaps. Can you just go absolute hardest for these 5 to 10 snaps? I think he can.
Because as long as his knee holds up, that's fine.
As long as his knee holds up, which at that point, if your knee can't hold up after 5 to 10 snaps, I mean, your career's done, bro. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Love you, Javon. Respect it. And I always feel for Javon Kinlaw because it's not like a worth ethic thing. Like the man busts his ass off. You know, I've seen him at camp. You've seen the shape he's in. He's in phenomenal shape. I just always feel so bad because
You just
not
luck, man.
not only playing wise, but just the physical pain that this man must be going through. Like, you don't think he wants his knee to be right? Fuck for football, so he doesn't have to deal with the pain. You know, imagine how painful this man's life has been. Shit, I'd be a little grumpy at Grunt Cone too if my knee hurt that bad. Like, fuck, for real. So, D tackle, I really want to see what our depth is at D end. Because obviously Nick Bosa, Defensive Player of the Year, NFL MVP, possibility.
He'd have to probably break the sack record for that.
Oh yeah.
That's just a secondary offensive award at this point, so he'd have to break the sack or whoever takes it.
But I mean, I think I would consider it a slight disappointment if he doesn't win back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards.
Because it's almost like the defensive ends rotate who gets it. So I almost think across the board, Parsons is almost due for his. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I bet you they're just going to give it to Parsons just because. Let's be real. Him and Nick Bosa are 1A, 1B Defensive Player of the Year. Like best.
You got to put Watt in that too. You got to put Watt in there. If you can put those.
Okay, so you put TJ Watt, Nick Bosa, and okay, so if you go 4, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Nick Bosa, Michael Parsons.
Yeah,
I think you could argue 1, 2, 3, 4, however you want to order them. But I think most people wouldn't have a problem with saying that should be the finalists of Defensive Player of the Year. That's fine. Drake Jackson, I think Drake's going to have a huge year. I mean, I almost think we can stick almost anybody on that spot. Like, how are you not going to eat on a defensive line with Nick Bosa, Javon Hargrave, and Eric Armstead? I mean, how do you not walk into?
We can put Farrell, Hyder, Khalil.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Any of those guys, I think. You know, hell, me and you will benefit from playing with both Hargraves and Bosa.
I think I could get you a sack.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like with those four through a whole season, I'm bound to get at least one.
I think I could. I would like the quarterback would just walk into me for one, bro. Like,
yeah, I'd stumble into it somehow, but damn it, I would get one.
I mean, Colin Farrell, Cleveland Farrell has had 10 sacks in 4 years. Like, I mean, like
I'd get blocked into him. I get credit for it. But damn it, I got that sack.
Hey, that doesn't matter, bro. That doesn't matter. So I don't see any reason for Drake Jackson to take off. And if we can stay into our rotation, I'm fine. But what happens if Drake isn't the answer?
Then we got other people who can step up.
What happens if, knock on wood, Bosa misses a game or 2? That's like, and I like Hyder. I like Kerry Hyder. I think that he filled in nicely. I think he's a system D end. Yeah. I mean, we obviously said that for his lack of production he got and shit out of. But hey, I don't care. Take all that cap money from the Sheepcocks. See if I give a shit. But it's collectively, I think the D line's fine. I'm just worried as the unit because we can't be the Nick Bosas and we can't even be the Nick Bosas and Javon Hargraves this year. This D line cannot be held if we want that dominating, game-changing. You simply just don't have enough time to pass. Because you and I have discussed this, Jason, on the show many times. And I'll let you get to your first one after this, is that most teams defensive, the Niners formula is very simple. You don't have enough players on D to match up with all our weapons. Mm-hmm. And good luck. And then even if you hold us to 20 points, let's just say reasonable 20 points. You're going to score 21 points, 3 touchdowns on the best defensive in the league. Yeah, good luck, bro. That's the Niners formula. And so for that type of formula, that overwhelming 2019 type of defense, it needs to be waves. And I'm not quite 100% sure that consistently the waves will show up. Because for us to be a Super Bowl contender, Nick Bosa cannot go the whole playoffs this year without a sack. That can't happen in us winning the Super Bowl. Jason,
we need one of those other guys to definitely to step up.
Something. And you know what? I'm okay if Drake starts the season slow and you tell me he picks it up in week 8, and starts having a sack every other game, every 2 games, every 3 games. I'm okay with that. I'm not necessarily worried about week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. I'm worried about November, December, January, February.
Yep.
Jason, your first thing to watch training camp?
It's going to be easier if you just go through yours because I got to bring up a second screen
I'll
for mine.
just go through mine then. Linebackers. I mean, anybody who listens to this show, y'all know how I feel about our linebackers. I think the linebackers are the best coach unit on the team, minus obviously the D line, but that's just because of all the capital we put in there. But when you consider how little capital we've actually put in the D line, when Fred Warner's a 3rd-round pick and Drake Greenlaw is a 5th-round pick, you got Aziz who signed a contract this year as an undrafted free agent, Demetrius Flanagan Foles, McCrary Ball. Well, I think Ball. I want to talk to John Lee Harland this year so bad so I could ask him about McCrary Ball because I think McCrary Ball is gonna I think it might take a while, but next year, within the next couple of years, I think he surpasses Drake right now.
And let's not forget, we did draft D Winters, and they are very high in him.
Let's be real. Who's just a glorified, undersized D lineman? In an ideal world, they would have D Winters play on the D line.
Yeah,
he's just not big enough to play on the D line. So linebackers, I mean, it's not so much a story, just as much as I'm excited to watch the cream rise to the top, because there are going to be linebackers that are cut this camp from our team that are going to start on other football teams.
You can almost say that for every position group, damn near.
Now secondary,
across the board.
Yeah. Secondary. Now, Luter Jr., it has been revealed he hyperextended his knee and has a deep bone bruise. So it'll be a couple weeks, which
he'll be ready by season. So
he'll be ready by the season. I'm hoping it's enough to make the team. I'm hoping that it's enough because John Lynch said he came out and he has a legit shot to make this roster because they impressed him. But paging Ambry Thomas. This is your career. This is your opportunity. Because I think if he doesn't take advantage of this opportunity, I don't think Ambry Thomas makes the roster.
Agreed. If there's ever a time for him to shine, it's definitely now. I mean, you were basically what most of us thought was going to be the starter next year, and it basically got taken away from you because Demo outplayed, obviously, and then showed up across the season. So whether he wants to be on a different team in another year or so or whatever, but at some point, like I said, he's got to show up and show that he's worthy of being in this league right now.
Because that COVID, you missing that COVID year doesn't fly anymore, bro.
Yeah.
COVID was 2020, bro. We're talking about this is going to be the 4th football season after that because time to step up, or third, 2021, 22. Yeah, 4th football season after that. So just one other thing about the secondary, and then I'll let Jason go.
And then we just signed another cornerback, Terrence Mitchell from the Texans. It just popped up on my feed.
Okay.
So there's another person to add to that list. I don't know nothing about this guy, so it just popped up.
I'll figure out stuff before I go to camp next Saturday. Or this Saturday. No, next Saturday. Oh no, I'm going Sunday. Duh. Okay. Anyway, brain scramble. Now the secondary, my first word, if you were to ask me about the Niners secondary, I would say potential. I really do think we when you add the fact that we now have a D coordinator for the first time under Shanahan that is a secondary, specialist, and with a lot of young, unproven talent. Like, we're young, talented secondary. We definitely got some players. Charvarius Ward is a top flight corner. Maybe not a shutdown corner, but he's a top flight corner.
Yeah.
Deshaun Gibson. I think he's going to have a slight comeback to earth year just because you can't have a career year every year. But that's okay because we know Jair Brown is the second that Deshaun Gibson starts to slip enough, Jair Brown's here to take his job.
Yeah, for sure.
if I'm Jair Brown, my mentality is that old nigga ain't coming. I'm taking that old nigga's job. That's just my mentality. Like, respect you, OG, but I mean, when you have 10 picks in OTAs, yeah.
He's been a ball hawk in college, so I mean that's what his specialty is.
So what does that tell you? It translates. That's awesome. That's very, very good news for the Niners secondary. So I'm excited about the secondary. I do think it is improved with the addition of Jair Brown. Also, the addition of Steve Wilkes, who, from everything Fred Warner spoke today and is doing Fred Warner things. I can't wait to watch Fred Warner and Brandon Ayuk go. I'll let you speak on that. I'll let you speak on that.
That's both sides of the ball on that one, dude. I love that
baby. I'm gonna go this. I'm gonna answer your question. I love that Demo wants to smoke back. I love it because Brandon Ayuk's gonna do that. That's Brandon Ayuk. That's him
pumping himself up.
That's awesome. And him and Fred Warner. But you know what that tells me? That tells me the rest of the D is because this offense is filling themselves. Let's be real. This offense is filling themselves. Look at how Debo was talking about what they were going to do to the Eagles. This last year, this offense gained so much confidence. I mean, I had not seen this offense. I said it on Brian's show on Saturday. I said that was not the Niners offense that we saw under Brock Purdy. That's a different offense. The offense has extreme confidence.
Wanted to be.
But you know what that's telling me? That's telling me that I love that it wasn't coming from Fred Warner because you expect Fred Warner to want the smoke. Fred Warner, that's him. That's Bam Bam, heart of the defense. Man's built like Ronnie Lott and Patrick Willis combined. He's got the mindset, the ability of Patrick Willis and the mindset of Ronnie Lott. But the fact that Demo's saying it, that's telling you that it's infectious. That's telling you that the whole D has that mentality. And I love that because you know what? If you're feeling that about your own teammate, man, how the fuck do you think they're going to feel against DK Metcalf? Yeah. How the fuck do you think they're going to feel against whoever else we play this year? I can't even think of the receivers we play this year. But just that mentality, God, bro, I love it. I can't wait. All right, Jason, go ahead. I'm over here spazzing out.
All right, so I got to bring up my shit that I made over the weekend. So I was bored. Oops, wrong one. All right, bam. There we go. So I'll be going to the offense. And like I said, I got bored, so I just decided to make a little bit for every position group. So let's get started. So with the quarterbacks, so when we take practice tomorrow, who takes that first rep? Is it Brock?
I would no, because Brock's not going to come tomorrow. Brock's not going to throw tomorrow. I'm thinking it's Trey.
You think it's Trey? I want it to be Trey. I definitely want it to be Trey. But when I was saying who makes the rebound, everybody here definitely can make a rebound. Obviously, Trey coming back for injury and everything else. Brock coming back from injury, everything else. Sam Darnold could rebound his entire career, basically, because let's look. Sam Darnold is the worst quarterback by far with like over 100 and like 300 passes or whatever it is. It's just he's leaps and bounds above everybody else. And Brandon Allen's never really been a starter anywhere. Great backup his whole career. He's done some good stuff in mentoring and getting Joe Burrow ready. Because we've seen how good Joe Burrow has been the last few years. And guess who's been backing up and pumping him up? It's been Brandon Allen. So all four of these guys, who makes the biggest rebound? Who jumps? Who jumps? I really hope it's Trey that takes those first team reps and gets going with him.
I do too. I want to say this, and I know that we've, it may seem like I don't want to say Trey hater, but it may seem like I'm down on Trey. I want Trey Lance to take this backup job. I want Trey Lance to be the best option besides Brock. And really, I don't give a fuck if he's better than Brock. Because truthfully, I just want whoever the best quarterback is. But I want Trey to take this because, Anyway, go ahead, Jason.
All right, so for the running backs, I think we all know that Christian McCaffrey is going to be the cowbell. He's going to be the number one. The question is, what do we do after Christian McCaffrey? Because we do have some talent behind it. We definitely got Elijah Mitchell, who was the starter, has had some injury issues, so that's why he got replaced. Jordan Mason, can he handle more than what he did? Because when he handled it, he looked pretty good. Ty Davis Price, we haven't seen much out of you. And some of what we've seen hasn't been all that great. Is he ready to take that next leap? And then we also have Ronald Watt and Kalan Laborn on. I've heard quite a few people talking about Kalan Laborn. I'm not sure what exactly we're going to be seeing out of him. Maybe more towards that third preseason game. We'd see some stuff on there. Oh, well, how's it going? Spotlight 49ers Talk. How's it doing, brother?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
All right, back over here. What's the next one I got set up? And we have all our wide receivers. So, again, like this, we know who our top three are. The question is, what happens after that? I think that we're going to end up having to play Ronnie Bell more than Danny Gray. I think with his route running ability reminds me more, he's going to be more of an Ayuk clone than more of like a Debo. But we also have a little bit of Ray can play that Debo role a little bit different style, more of a finesse where Debo's probably got a little bit more power to his game.
Yeah.
But he can definitely do those end arounds and all that kind of stuff.
That touchdown that he scored against the Commanders last year, Ray, the 76. That was the Debo play.
Yeah.
That they ran. That was the Debo play.
Yeah. So like I said, he's can do the same thing as Debo. Yes, he's like I said, Ray's a little bit more finesse. Debo's got a little bit more power to him and all that kind of stuff. All right. Next, we got the fullback. Let's be honest. There's not much to talk about there. It's going to be Kyle Juszczyk. Yeah, I like that one, don't you?
Oh, God. I remember being on there and everything, and that's just like Juice hadn't quite became Juice yet. But
that put him on the map.
Like that play made him Juice.
And that's not on some nobody. That's on Micah Fitzpatrick.
Micah Fitzpatrick, yeah.
Yeah.
And he had just gotten traded to Pittsburgh that week.
Yep. So, like I said, there's not much to talk about there. We know Kyle Juszczyk's going to be the
I like Jack Khalil, though, on the practice squad because I do think that we need a Juice backup.
Yeah.
Not on the 53. Strictly like, hey, if something, knock on wood, go out and watch the Haberman Middlecoff interview with Juice. I'm telling you,
Kyle, that was really good.
Juice is such a good interview. I always walk away. Anytime I hear an interview by Juice, I always walk away feeling that I'm more educated than when
I started. Right? That's that Harvard education. The man.
That's the Harvard education.
He talks football like a Harvard. Like he talks football like Harvard, like a doctor would talk to other doctors.
Yeah, he really does. It's just and he puts it in such a way that like even my girl could understand what he's talking about. You know,
it's a skill not many people have to where you're good at something to explain it to somebody who doesn't know or doesn't quite understand it. But then when they tell it to you, you're like, oh, okay. And he definitely has that. It's almost to a point of being like a politician. A lot of politicians have that same style to where like, you don't necessarily understand what this budget is, but let me tell you how this budget affects you. And it's a great interpersonal skill to have. So,
Coach Juice,
maybe.
I don't know, maybe.
Hey, you never know. All right, so we definitely got George Kittle and the People's tight ends.
The People's tight ends,
because all of them are on there. So with this one, this is why I want to see it. I'm really curious to see what goes on, because obviously we have Charlie Warner. Most of us are pretty down on Charlie Warner. Ross Dwelly, he's kind of iffy at times. We just signed two really good rookies onto this team with Braden Willis and Cameron Latu. Now, I'm still uncertain as far as Latu, especially when it comes to him making a lot of catches with his hand versus his body. But Braden Willis, I think, is a great player. Now, if anybody's going to replace Juice, it's probably going to be Braden Willis more than Jack Coletto. But let's see how much work he gets as a tight end. You know, maybe we can get him in some of those plays out there, quote, like Juice, that Juice does, but from the tight end position. Even though we've seen Juszczyk line up a tight end how many times and play those roles. It's one of those positionless football things that Kyle loves. He's definitely going to be one of those types of guys. So, like I said, and then we have Troy Fumagalli, who for the longest time, I'm not going to lie, I thought the dude was Samoan or Islander. Nope. He is not. This must be like Italian or something. But
I don't. That sounds like an Islander name to me.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that dude's Islander. Then I looked at the picture of him. I'm like, oh,
maybe he was born in like America Samoa or something like
Maybe
that.
maybe like his dad's like maybe he's just like he could just be like me.
Yeah, or maybe his father's a serviceman.
Yeah. So I mean, like I just when I finally saw a picture, I was like, oh, you are not what I thought you looked like. But
I've
so
had a
yeah, I
couple of those.
I'm almost willing to bet that either Dwelly, more than likely Warner don't make this team, or they try to get stashed on practice,
Yeah,
and then it's got to be either. But then as big as I am with Braden Willis, Cameron Latu was the only college player at the tight end U. So that does say a lot right there for him.
I really, in an ideal world, I would love to stash Latu on the
Yeah.
practice squad and let him develop for a year. I just don't think that's going to be possible.
No, he's too big of a name, and he did make some splash last year at Alabama. So I mean, he's definitely would get picked up. There'll be a need for tight end where somebody would want to pick him up and immediately start playing him.
Say, hey, you can contribute to special teams.
Yep. And last but not least, we got the big boys. We all know the names up front, just like the tight ends and pretty much every other position group. It's not the starters for the most part. I know a lot of people still have their worries about Colton McKivitz. I don't necessarily have a worry about it because I know he's going to be that number one. Unless he just completely fails in training camp and like Jalen Moore or somebody else steps up, I don't see anybody else being able to take that from him per se because he's already, the heir apparent for the most part. It's been set. But again, where does a lot of these younger guys start making their push for that? Jason Pope. Where would Jason Pope push? Aaron Banks or Spencer Buford? Also pretty young guys. So who pushes him out of that, on those ones? They've got Nick Zakel as a guard, but he's more of a center. So I'm not sure why they have him backing up behind Buford rather than flipping him and Feliciano is what I think would make this better. But I just pulled these names off of our lads. So then we also have some of the freaks that we have saw. Joey Fisher had that amazing workout. Dude, he's just a freak of nature. Ilum Manning, another guy from Hawaii that's just strong as an ox type guy. And then we have our international guy, who I believe this is his last year with the international tag with Alfredo Gutierrez. Can he possibly, get some playing time somewhere? I would absolutely love to see him get some playing time.
I don't understand how he did not make it into the game in Mexico last year.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed in the fact, and granted, we're still in the playoff hunt and all that, so you don't want to do that. But it's the fact that he was going to get
real. At the end of the fourth quarter, when we're beating the brakes off them, come on, let's be real.
Yeah, so I mean, I really would have loved to see him get in. That would have been the perfect opportunity. Like, I know they put the spotlight on Fred and all that, and that's cool. Can't take it away. Fred's earned all that recognition and everything. But I would have really loved to see that have gone to Alfredo.
Especially since you're trying to pump up the international and, I just think that would have been the perfect opportunity to do that. Yep. So do we keep 8 or 9 offensive linemen?
I think we do.
You think we go 8?
Yeah.
We're going to have one hell of a practice squad on the O-line practice squad.
Yeah.
I mean, this is real guard heavy, though. Real guard heavy.
But a lot of those guys are interchangeable between either guard and the center. So there's a lot of back and forth you can do. So, again, quote unquote, because it's less positional than, the specialty players, but definitely guys that can pop back and forth. You could even put Spencer Buford on the outside because he started a tackle. Jalen Moore could go up there, stuff like that. So, again, with this team liking people who can play multiple positions, it seems a lot more than any other team. Like they put a value on that higher than most teams do.
They especially do, because let's be real, Shanahan only wants to pay tackles and centers. Shanahan doesn't want to play guards, guards. Another interesting fact I've got about offensive line is we get a first-round pick for the first time since 2021.
We got a lot of picks next year.
And it's probably going to, let's be real, it's probably going to be later first round. So late first round is usually hard to do this, but maybe you do a Debo deal or some. I don't want to get into how this would work, but I'm not 100%. Right now, I would say, if you ask me, T, what are the Niners spending their first round pick? I would say right tackle. next year. So I'm right now. Now Colton goes out there and proves that he can do it and everything like that. Love it, but because at the very least, even if Colton does it and does efficient, where they said, "Hey, look, we got it. We got." If their plan at right tackle is simply say, "Hey, look, we'll get these solid right tackles, and as soon as they get where they get to the point we got to pay them, we'll recycle them through." And they'll go somewhere else. We'll get the comp pick, and we'll replenish the right tackle position that way. I'm okay with that. You can't have best player in the league at every position.
Yeah,
but we cannot act like Trent is 25. And if you're not going to pay your right tackle, you damn well better pay your left tackle.
Yeah,
and so
whatever the blind side is,
Trent. It is Trent Williams' job until the day he decides it's no longer his job.
And then he can walk back on whenever he wants to.
It's such it's such an important position. You got to have a backup plan.
Yeah.
And let's not be real. Love the man. So happy we made the trade. But let's not act like he's played every single game.
No.
Let's not act that Colton didn't have to step up in 2021. Let's not act like Trent didn't miss some time last year. So, all in all, when you just listed the roster and we broke it down like this, I'm not going to say I'm more. This is more of a question towards you because you keep up with this stuff, but I can't think of a deeper football team in the NFL.
No, I don't think you can argue. I don't think there really is a deeper top to bottom.
You can say that at some positions there are players that are better. Like, do we have the best receivers in the league? No. Receiving core, one of the best. I still might give it to the Eagles, but they just teams aren't as deep at this.
No,
do we have the best offensive line? Starting offensive line. No. Do we have the best left tackle? Yes. Do we have the best starting O-line? No. But is there another deeper O-line? No. Do we have the best quarterbacks? No. But are there anybody that could trot out Brock Purdy, who we would say looked like a pretty damn good quarterback, and two picks that were both third overall in their quarterback room? No. Most teams don't have that. Most 99.9% of football teams that are on their third quarterback last year are fucked. There's no way that any team in the NFL is making it to the championship game with their third string quarterback.
I'd love to maybe look back at like a guy who's a third string quarterback. I don't know if one has played for that long per se, and see what their record would have been over 8 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it nowhere close. Like it can't be 8-0 like Brock Purdy. Yeah, I mean,
well, I bet you'd be hard pressed to find someone who went 4-4. To be honest,
you would probably a third string on. I mean, I wouldn't think of I can't remember a scenario where a good football team has gotten to their third string quarterback.
The only one I can think of, and he wasn't even second string, was when the Giants lost Phil Simms, and it was not Staub. What was his last name? Oh fuck, I can't think of his name. But they won the Super Bowl with their backup that one year. But again, that was second string.
Yeah. I think I know who you're talking about. I can't think of the name either.
Yeah, because they lost Phil Simms in like the last regular season game or something.
But I mean, fuck finding a player that went 4-4. I don't even think you would find a third string quarterback that had a winning record that maybe played more than 3 games.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. Anything else that you wanted to get to, Jason?
Nope. Jeff Hostetler. That was his name.
Yeah, there you go.
And it was driving me nuts because for the longest time, my mom's husband, my stepdad, his name was Jeff Hostetter. And so when she used to have to come pick us up from base, they both would have to sign underneath their names. Like, oh, the quarterback? No, he's just some dude that my mom married.
Um, it was so I actually have a funny story like that. So I'm going over to my homegirl's house one time, right? And I had my boy had just started, or okay, I was going over to my boy's girl's house, right? I hadn't met her yet and everything like that. So she sees me and everything like that, and she goes, "Oh, you're a 49er fan." And I go, yeah. I'm a diehard Niner fan. She goes, "Oh," uh, "Oh, my dad will have a funny joke for you or whatever." I was like, "All right, whatever," and everything like that, right? Well, all of a sudden, I went into the house and I started seeing all this shit that said Mike Rumph, right? And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I'm tripping, right? I'm like, "No," because this is a white
Like,
girl,
what
right?
is this
So I'm like,
shit?
yeah, so I was like, "This is a white girl." So I'm like, "No way! Like, it can't be Mike Rumph." Right? Spelled the same way and everything. I was like, dude, it can't be Mike Rumph is a black, like she would at least be mixed, right? And
I
I'm
know
tripping on it and everything like that. And all of a sudden, this old white dude comes walking, like this scrawny old white dude comes walking in and everything like that. And she goes, "Oh, hey, Dad, this is Kurt's friend TJ. Whoop, whoop, whoop." And he goes, "Oh, hey, TJ." She goes, "Oh," he goes, "You're a 49er fan, huh?" Because I was wearing a Niner hat. And I go, yeah, I'm a 49er fan. And he goes, "Oh, I bet you want my autograph, huh?" And I go, "You're Mike Rumph?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's my name." And I started dying laughing. I was just tripping the whole time. Like, who the fuck is Mike Rumph living? Like, I was just tripping the whole time. But yeah, for
You
those
think
who
you're
don't
gonna
know,
meet the real man? Like, wait a minute, I thought he was black.
yeah, I was like tripping because I was like, dude, how does he have a like? I'm thinking, well, maybe it's his step
Maybe it's
kid or
step kid, adopted. Something. Like, wait a
adopted
minute,
or
this ain't
something.
adding up right.
But yeah, if you seriously, that is a diehard Niner check because if you knew who we were talking about, you, sir, ma'am, are real deal faithful. If you knew who that story was about. All right, brother. Well, I guess we'll get cracking. We'll see you Monday about 4. We'll see you Monday at 4.
Yeah, depending on what, like, I'll let you know because I might get up early. We'll try and get up
Okay,
early.
cool. Let me know.
But
I'll be chilling there, and I'll
yeah,
have it all set up and everything, and you
yeah,
can host.
we'll need to figure it out before so we can put some ads out. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right, brother. We'll see you next week.
Doses.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is a great show, man. I'm so excited. We got Niner football back. Woo, man. And I'm pretty sure the day that we'll be at training camp is the first day Pats come on. So we're gonna have some real Niner football to talk about, man. Can't wait. Y'all see the smile on my face? You can't hide the smile. But before we get out of here, we got a comment. Go Niners, Bebop Jones. Go Niners, always. All right, we'll see y'all next week. But before we do, we of course got to remind everybody to help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link will be in the description of this podcast and video. Go ahead and go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help the show. Follow us on social media. Jason does a bang-up job with our social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and Twitter at Niner Faithful R. To see everywhere you can subscribe to the show, go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe. And the special coupon code for 10% off of season 2 for the Faithful by the Faithful Apparel is the New Hope. We shall see y'all next Monday, live from Niner training camp. Can't wait. Till then, faith, love, and nappiness. Go Niners.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
See ya.